If you have any kind of scar on your body, on the surface of your skin from surgery or injury, or if you have piercings or tattoos or all of the above, and you don't feel well, and any symptom going on in your body that's not desirable, you clicked on the right video. I'm going to explain to you how these scars can actually cause you to have health problems or symptoms in your body. And this is something that you probably don't know or never heard before. Hi, I'm Dr. Cori Stern, and welcome to my channel, Take Control of Your Health. So let us discuss how this kind of strange sounding concept, how scars on the surface of your skin can actually cause problems with your health. So first, let's talk about when we say scar, let's talk about what we mean by scar. So any kind of disruption to the surface of your skin. So whether you've had an injury that you needed stitches, or just an injury where you had a big cut that didn't need stitches but left a mark, surgeries, anytime you've been cut open, or even laser surgery that left a mark. And as I said in the intro, piercings, which disrupt the surface of the skin. And so do tattoos. The process of getting a tattoo actually punctures your skin. You can have a circumcision. That's actually surgery. Episiotomy when you give birth. These are some of the things that people don't think about. And the same thing with tooth extractions, even though they're not quite on the surface, they're close enough to the surface to cause the same problem that I'm going to explain to you. And tonsil extractions, tonsillectomies, can also be in this category. And believe it or not, guess what? Your belly button is actually where your umbilical cord was cut. Your belly button is literally a scar. So let me give you the background on this. Most of the sympathetic nerve fibers in your body, the sympathetic nerve fibers, that's a division of your nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, the sympathetic division of your nervous system is the fight or flight response. So most of the sympathetic nerve fibers are in your skin. 90% of them are in your skin. So when you cut the skin by any means, you're also cutting those nerve fibers. And though the skin might appear to heal back, right? It closes up, the nerve fibers don't always reconnect the way that they were before the disruption. So it's kind of similar to when you have, let's say, a tear in a window screen, and you buy one of those little patches to repair it. The little tiny metal thingies don't line up precisely the way they were prior to the tear. So now when your brain sends an electrical impulse out into a distant location, so your nervous system is based on electricity. So you have electrical impulses that are traveling over your nerve fibers in your body. So let's say you need to get an electrical impulse to your foot. All right, I'm just making something up now. So your brain sends out a signal. Brain is the control center of the nervous system. It sends out a signal, and that electrical signal travels through the sympathetic nerve fibers down to your foot where it needs to go. But if you have a scar somewhere in between point A and point B, it is possible that the electrical impulse can get stuck at the scar. It can't travel past it. The scar can actually collect electrical impulses, so it can stop impulses from getting to their destination. And it can also cause a random discharge of these collected impulses, which will create chaos in your nervous system. So it can literally shut the nervous system down from working properly, or it can make it go crazy and do weird things. So if it shuts it down, we call that a blocked nervous system, and you don't heal very well. Things don't respond in your body. So let's say you're trying a new supplement, or you're trying a new therapy like chiropractic or physical therapy or acupuncture or even massage, or even you're trying pharmaceuticals. If your nervous system is blocked, you're not going to respond to anything that you're doing or trying properly. If your scar is causing random discharges and causing chaos in the nervous system, that's something that we call a switched nervous system. So that can cause this problem. You try something that's supposed to help you. Let's say you have a bad headache and you go to your chiropractor and get an adjustment, and your headache gets worse. Anything you do that's supposed to help you actually makes it worse. Your nervous system might be switched. So that's one of the things that scars can do. And scars in the middle of your body, in the midline, tend to create more of an issue. So think of maybe, let's say, okay, tooth extractions, tonsil extractions, people that have had surgery on their thyroid, heart surgery, piercings in your tongue, your nose, your tongue, your belly button. C-section scars are in the middle of your body. Episiotomy and circumcisions are also, right? So any of these things. Now, it doesn't have to be in the middle of your body to cause a problem. It can be anywhere. So over the years that I've been helping people to find out if their scars are causing problems for them, and I have found scars everywhere that can cause a problem, anywhere. So ear piercings can cause as much of a problem as a nose piercing. But scars, I've found people with little tiny scars on their fingers that are causing huge problems in their body. What kind of problems, besides what I already described, being blocked or switched, what kind of problems can this cause? Well, in my world, scars can cause any kind of symptoms. They can cause migraines, anxiety, depression, insomnia, immune system issues, hormonal imbalances, you name it. So any scar that's creating a problem for you can cause any symptom. And I've seen everything. I'll tell you some stories of patients that had severe symptoms that were resolved very easily by working on a scar. So one of them is a patient who was in her 70s, and she was a registered nurse, and she had had a very bad fracture on a bone in her lower leg called the tibia, a very severe tibial fracture. And it didn't heal well, and it was causing her a lot of pain. So she ended up having to retire early because she couldn't do her nursing job anymore. She was having trouble walking. And then things went downhill from there. She started developing symptoms of dementia. So her son, who was a patient of mine, brought her in to see me to see what I could do to help her. And I found that a scar she had from a hysterectomy that she had in her early 50s was causing her nervous system to be dysfunctional. So we had her do some work on her scar, and stay tuned to the end. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do with these scars and how to fix them. And it's really, really simple and inexpensive. It's pretty amazing. We had her do some work on her scar. And the very first time she was working on the scar in my office, she was in another room, and we heard her yelling. She was saying, ow, ow. So we all go running in to see what happened. I got nervous. I thought maybe she fell or something. And we run into the room and we ask her what's wrong. And she said, my leg. The minute she started working on the hysterectomy scar, she got a sudden sharp pain in the tibial fracture. And then she never had that pain again. It went away. So the scar was preventing that fracture from fully healing. And just doing a very simple scar treatment completely cleared it up. I know it sounds crazy, but this is real stuff. It really happened. I have another patient who was an attorney, but on weekends she was a belly dance instructor, and she wore jewelry in a belly button piercing that she had. To, belly dancers wear belly button jewelry. And she came in for a complaint of severe migraine. Every Monday morning, she would wake up with a severe migraine, so debilitating that she wasn't able to go to work. And we found that the belly button piercing was causing a problem in her nervous system. So she removed the jewelry and she worked on that scar and immediately stopped having the migraines. So these are some of the real dramatic things that we can see. My own story is that when I first started doing this work, I had severe anxiety. I talked about this on my video about stress. I think it's called Stress and Anxiety, this video. And it was just anxiety for no particular reason. It was very severe. It was interfering with my ability to work, to have a normal life. I even had trouble eating. And when I first got examined and found that my C-section scar was causing a problem in my nervous system, and I started working on it, the anxiety just went away, just poof, gone. So these are just some of many, many, many stories that I have about how scars can create all kinds of symptoms and how easy it is to handle them. So I'm going to tell you what you can do to create improvement in scars, and it's going to be really simple. Before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to my partner in truth, HATS, which stands for Hardcore Awakened Truth Seekers. And this movement was inspired into creation amidst hyper political division in the past few years, to get away from polarization and to bring people together across the political spectrum to truth and a sense of community that allows us to move forward. This movement is making real strides in achieving this vision. So they're on Telegram right now, and I will put their Telegram link in the description of the video. If you're on Telegram, go check them out. They have a huge following. And they also have a brand new website where they sell nice merchandise, and they have some new things there. I'm just currently waiting for my hoodie to arrive in the mail. And right now I'm wearing my HATS t-shirt, which I love. I have them in every color. They have some beautiful color shirts. They have yoga mats. They have coffee mugs. They have organic tote bags, all kinds of cool merch. And I would love it if you would go ahead and support them and get one of their items. So now let's talk about how you can handle scars so easily. It's ridiculous. Okay, number one, the first thing you're going to be doing is getting some of my favorite company, Standard Process, wheat germ oil. Wheat germ oil. And I actually, let me see if I can bring it up. I don't know if I left it on here. See if I can screen share. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just bad at doing that stuff. Okay, I don't want to waste time with that. So wheat germ oil, you can get it on my website. It's so cheap. It's like less than $12 for a bottle of 60 pearls. And this is very fresh, good quality wheat germ oil. So you want to make sure anytime you're going to use an oil on your skin or take it internally that it's very fresh, because oils go rancid. And you take a wheat germ oil capsule, this little capsule, and you poke a hole in it with a pin, and you squeeze the oil onto your hand, and then you rub it on your scar for a couple of minutes in one direction and a couple of minutes in another direction, about 4 minutes. Just do a little cross friction massage on it. You can go in a circle, you can go this way and that way. Okay, just 4 minutes. And if you don't want to use wheat germ oil because you are celiac and you don't want to use anything with the word wheat, even though this will not harm you, but if you're worried about it, you can also use sesame seed oil. So you can get sesame seed oil from Standard Process, same good quality fresh oil. Sesame seed oil is a couple of dollars more. So that's why we always go with the wheat germ oil first. But if you don't want to use wheat germ oil, then use the sesame seed oil. Okay, so that's the first step. You're going to rub the oil onto your scar every day. Usually takes about 3 months of doing this little oil massage to get a full result. Now that's going to get you at about a 50% improvement. To get more of an improvement, you're going to use a low level light laser on your scar. Now this laser, the one that I use, is the least expensive, most effective laser that is available. Okay, so, you know, we've done all the research for you, so you don't have to figure it out. And you're going to just turn the laser on, shines a red light, and you're just going to shine it on your scar about 1 inch away from your skin for 5 minutes. Now, usually you'll need about between 5 or 6 or 7 treatments with the laser per scar. If you have, you know, if you want to do it every day or even more than once a day, you can. There's no limit. You can spend your whole day with the laser shining on your scar. Nothing bad would happen with doing that. Okay, I've actually done that for myself. Now, these lasers are also available on my website. So sometimes people ask me what the, you know, wavelength or the nanometers are, or whatever. And on my website, I have that information. I'm just really bad with remembering numbers, so I can't remember it. But if you check on the website, I have it posted there. So now please remember that we're talking about scars. Oh, I want to say, before I say that, I want to say that if it's a tooth extraction that you're working on or tonsils, you're not going to rub wheat germ oil on your extracted tonsils or your extracted teeth. You're just going to use the laser. Okay, so you don't have to go inside your mouth. You can shine the laser. It penetrates through your cheek or under your chin where your tonsils were extracted. All right, so you do that for 5 minutes for at least 5 to 5, 6, 7 times. All right, some people need to do it more. You start to feel better. You'll know that you did it enough. You can't overdo it, as I said. So when you use the wheat germ oil alone, you get about a 50% result. When you use the laser alone, you get a 70% result. When you combine the two, you get 90% or better. The other benefit is that the scar usually starts fading. So my C-section scar is barely visible anymore. It was pretty ugly. I was cut open twice in the same place. It was a nasty scar, and it's pretty much, you can't even see it anymore. So there are cosmetic improvements as a side effect. Now, what I was going to say before, please keep in mind, we're talking about scars on the surface of your skin, not internal scars. So if you had surgery, let's say you had a C-section, you have a scar on the surface, and you also have one on your uterus. We're not talking about the scar on your uterus. We're not talking about internal scars. I'm not saying that they can't cause problems. They can, but that's a different problem. That's scar tissue can cause pain, internal pain. So for that, the wheat germ oil is not going to help. But what you can do is you can take Gotu-Kola complex. Gotu-Kola complex helps to dissolve internal scar tissue. And you can also get that on my website. I talk about Gotu-Kola in my memory video about how it improves memory, and it dissolves, inside the blood vessels. It dissolves fibrotic tissue in your blood vessels and improves circulation. All right, so Gotu-Kola is for internal scars. Now, just a quick note on wheat germ oil, and I talked about this on my video about the sun and vitamin D and what vitamin F is and how vitamin F can stop you from getting sunburn. Wheat germ oil also has vitamin F in it. So you can take wheat germ oil internally to get some vitamin F. You can also use it for menstrual cramps. It helps to relax menstrual cramps. And it's also good for improving your endurance during exercise. So it's an oxygen carrier. There's vitamin E in it as well. It's an oxygen carrier. Oh, and it also improves fertility for both men and women. So if you are going to take it internally, just keep that in mind if you're not looking to have a baby in the near future. Well, that's it for now. I hope this is helpful. And all of the information that I just gave you is in the drop down link of the description of this video. Sometimes people have trouble finding information. That's where it is. There's a little arrow that you press, and then you'll see all the information under the video. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done that yet, just hit the subscribe button. Make sure to like the video if it was helpful to you, because that helps other people find it. And most importantly, please share it with anybody that you know that you think might benefit from this information. Until I see you again, stay healthy.